Now being joined by Dr. Volker Stanzel, former German ambassador. Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us on WION. What implications does Vladimir Zelensky's decision to hold direct talks with Vladimir Putin have on the future of Russia-Ukraine relations, this war, and perhaps the impact it might have on European security in the long run?
First of all, let's look at two elements there. One is what your report just said. The war leads to a difficult situation for both sides. More than 5,000 dead Ukrainians. Russian troops die 97 persons per each square kilometer they conquer. This is a difficult situation for both sides, and it makes much more sense to enter the phase of negotiations. Now, to get there, it's difficult, but Zelensky had offered some while ago to Europeans and to the Americans that in exchange for more armaments, for more support, also political support, he'd be ready to make available the rare earths, these very valuable metals that you mine in the south of Ukraine, to his partners in Europe and the United States. And Trump has taken that and spoken about it and said that would be acceptable. He would offer more support for Ukraine in exchange against these metals, these rare earths. The problem is that the places where these metals are mined are in the south of Ukraine, and that is presently occupied by Russia. So how to move to a stage where Russia would make available the areas that they now hold for the Ukrainians to earn enough money to defend themselves against Russia. That's very difficult to see. But at least we have reached a point where this is enough of a reason for both Americans, for Europeans, for Ukrainians, and for Russians to at least make first tentative steps to come together. What does it mean for European security? You've just been asking. Well, we're going to have the Munich Security Conference next week, where Vice President Vance will appear, and also Kellogg, the special commissioner by the President of the United States for Ukrainian matters. And we will see what these have to tell us.
Very interesting. And what role do you think the Trump administration played in possibly pressuring Volodymyr Zelensky to agree to decide to talk with Putin? And also, do you expect anything coming out of the Munich security talks?
Well, first, I think Trump has exerted pressure on both sides. It seems he has telephoned more than one time with President Putin. He has obviously spoken more than one time with President Zelensky. And I think he has made his point very clear. Something has to happen, as he is obviously speaking for American interests in a much fiercer way than we have been gotten used to from President Biden. I think that must have had some impression on both of them. Now, what do we expect from the Munich Security Conference? First of all, it's also a platform for people from all sides, also those who not support the Ukraine, but send high-ranking officials to Munich, and Europeans and Americans to discuss various options. This is, I think, what we can expect, that so many ideas will be on the table that perhaps, hopefully, there will be people who approach what could be a solution in the end in these kind of talks, which would be foreplay, let's call it that, a foreplay to actual negotiations, which hopefully take place very soon.
Sooner than later, absolutely. And a very valid point. While Donald Trump has been very tight-lipped about how many conversations he's had with Vladimir Putin, it's clear that he is very involved in those affairs and those negotiations. Ambassador, thank you so much for joining us on WION. I look forward to speaking to you again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.